everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you all know, my name is Promise, and in today's video we will be continuing the journey through the aorta. In our last video we discussed on the thoracic part of the aorta, but in this video we will be talking about the abdominal aorta, which is the part of the aorta that is below the diaphragm, and it supplies the organs in the abdomen, the pelvis, and even the lower limb. So let's get into it. The abdominal aorta is a continuation of the descending thoracic aorta. It begins at the level of the T12 vertebrae and it travels down along the front of the vertebral column, where it ends at the L4 vertebrae. And at this point it divides into the right and the left common iliac arteries. The abdominal aorta has several branches, and these branches can be categorized into two. We have the paired branch and the unpaired branch. So I'm going to be discussing this one after the other for better understanding. The paired branch of the abdominal aorta supplies the digestive organs, and they include the celiac trunk. The celiac trunk gives off three branches, which are the gastric artery, which supplies the stomach, the splenic artery, which supplies the spleen, and the hepatic artery, which supplies the liver. Now, the second branch of this unpaired abdominal aorta is the superior mesenteric artery. This supplies the small intestine, it supplies the cecum, and it supplies the ascending column, and it supplies part of the transverse column. Now, the third branch for this unpaired branch of the aorta, the abdominal aorta, is the inferior mesenteric artery. The inferior mesenteric artery supplies the distal column, which includes the descending column, the sigmoid column, and also it supplies the rectum. Now, moving on to the next is the paired branch of the abdominal aorta. These branches, they come in pairs, and they supply organs on both sides of the body. Now, they include the inferior phrenic artery. The inferior phrenic artery supplies the inferior part of the diaphragm. We have the renal artery. This renal artery supplies they supplies the right and the left kidney. We have the suprarenal arteries. This supplies the adrenal gland. We have the gonadal artery, which supplies the testes and the ovary. In female, it supplies the ovary, and in male, it supplies the testes. So now, moving on to the next is the lumbar arteries. Usually come in 4 pairs, and they supplies the posterior abdominal wall. At L4 vertebrae, the abdominal aorta ends by dividing into the right and the left common iliac artery. Now, this right and left common iliac artery further divide into the external and the internal iliac arteries, supplying the lower limbs and the pelvis. To wrap this up, you should note that the abdominal aorta runs from T12 to L4. It has both paired branches and unpaired branches, and it ends by dividing into the common iliac artery. This abdominal aorta play a huge role by supplying almost all the abdominal and the pelvic organs, and even the lower limb. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this helpful, like, subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.